And this is something that's very, very important to our young people. You know, today these things are culture, our ways of living that have changed.
Kahkewistahaw means an eagle that flies around our community in a circle and protects us. So that was what I was given from the elders.
Located about 150 kilometers east of Regina and about 13 kilometers north of Broadview, you will find a land that tells a story. A history that was routine to First Nations in southern Saskatchewan. A history held by a land named after its chief, Kahkewistahaw. In the afternoon of September 5th, 1874, Treaty No. 4 was wrapping up negotiations and 13 chiefs within the treaty jurisdiction had marked an X on the document. Chief Kahkewistahaw's mark was among the 13 X's.
Queen Victoria promised the Indians, we'll give you land. We'll put a railroad track. We'll put a railroad so they can bring supplies to your reserve, so we can live.
Upon survey and execution, Kahkewistahaw was allotted 46,720 acres of land in the fall of 1881, and treaty obligations were underway. Every family got their treaty entitlements to work the land, money, tools, and seed. Ironically, permission had to be granted by the Indian agent to be able to use those tools, work their land, raise their cattle, and sell their goods. This was the political norm of the time for First Nations people and their land. In the Riel Rebellion of 1885, Kahkewistahaw refused to join the uprising, thus winning him favor with the federal government. Despite a massive blow to a traditional hunting-gathering way of life, the Kahkewistahaw band members continued to work the land.
The land was very valuable to us at the time because it was mostly agricultural land, and we actually had band farmers at the time.
What land we're given, was all rock, where trees couldn't grow. And the best land we do have is just south of us.
In 1885, only 11 years after treaty signing and 4 years after settlement, the government who wanted him to sell his land for the arriving settlers to farm approached Chief Kahkewistahaw for the first time with the first in a subsequent barrage of land surrender proposals, which is basically a finalized land sale. Chief Kahkewistahaw and the Indian agent of the time rejected any proposals to sell his land. This rejection infuriated the local Justice of the Peace in Broadview, Thomas Evans, who expressed his anxiety in a letter to Prime Minister Wilfrid Laurier and the Minister of the Interior.
The Indian Reserve ought to be removed as soon and as speedily as the government can effect it, and so open up a large and fine tract of country for settlement that is all presently worse than useless.